Hey guys, so a couple days ago I posted about vision boarding and if you would be interested in doing a vision board. He just rolled away. Um, so basically I'm here to show you how to vision board. There's two different ways that I've personally vision board, and there's one that I lean towards more now than I used to, but I will show you how I got started vision boarding. I got started doing vision boards probably while I was in grad school, so like 2010, 2011, so it's been like 11 years. Unfortunately, I haven't kept all of my vision boards. I have probably 5 or 6 of them, old ones that I just, store now and look back on and think like, okay, this is what my vision of what I wanted used to be. It's kind of a fun little practice. So basically, what is a vision board? A vision board is a collection of photos and images and words that you want your life to be or want your life to look like. So, or it's goals that you want to accomplish, how you want to, it's what you want to manifest. So it represents an ideal of what's wanted. I originally started doing vision boards. I guess you can say I got started doing a lot of like personal development type of things in grad school as well. And so one of my first things was vision boards, and it started with the Oprah method. So years ago, Oprah came out with this thing of vision boarding and manifesting and attracting the things that you want in your life. So the way Oprah, if I remember correctly, originally used to teach vision boards was you basically go through a magazine, and whatever pops out at you, you're gonna like mark it and then cut it out and put it on your board. So it's kind of like a first look, and as soon as you see it and you're like visually, you're attracted to it. That's the idea behind that. So that is what Meanish is going to be doing today. We have a ton of magazines. There are different realtor magazines, success magazines, magazines I've picked up from Fry's just because I was in the checkout aisle. But they're all older, so I don't care if they get cut up. And once a year, I end up gathering like 10 or 11 of them like this every year. And it comes in use for vision boards. So that's what Meanish is going to be working on today. The intention is to get a picture of what you want to achieve again. So he's going to be seeing things and they're going to pop out at him, and it's in his, we don't really say subconscious anymore, we say non-conscious. So it's in his like non-conscious of something that he wants in his life later on. Some other notes that I have about vision boarding, I had to like write down everything I wanted to say because there's a lot to it, I think. So if you've never done a vision board before, I do recommend starting out that way. And size is not a huge thing. So my vision boards now look like this size. It's the large poster board. I've started out with vision boards that are even smaller than this one. So you can get started with something super small. What makes a difference is seeing it every single day. So you want to make sure you put it after you're done with it somewhere that you're going to see it every day. So if you walk into your closet first thing in the morning, or your bathroom first thing in the morning, you want to maybe put it in one of those places. If you go into your office every single day, then you want to put it in your office space. With the more specific way of vision boarding, which is how I have been vision boarding for a couple years, not too long, is I really want to get specific and clear on exactly what I want. And for me, I split the board into 7 different parts. So it consists of spirituality, contribution, family, social and fun, health, and health includes for me mental and physical well-being. Some people, they just do health for their physical well-being, and then they do a different category for like personal development. That's totally fine. You can have more or less than these 7 categories. I also put career and wealth, and to me those are also both 2 separate categories. For some people, it could all be one. So let's get started on this vision boarding. So some of the supplies that I have here is I don't have traditional Elmer's glue and I don't have a glue stick. I know it's the weirdest thing because I'm a very crafty person, but the only type of glue I have is liquid nail glue for like walls and, you know, drywall and wood. And I have Mod Podge. So if you know what Mod Podge is, you know, it's kind of like Elmer's, but like more on the crafty side. And you end up having to use it out of a bowl and like with paintbrushes. I said we have our magazines already. We have poster board. I have a ruler in case we want to like section it out and make it look really nice and appealing. I also have lots of scrapbook paper. So I used to scrapbook and I still have the intent to scrapbook one day with my time, but I don't have it right now. But some of the scrapbook just makes it fun and you can add some of these things as background to pictures and things that you find in the magazines. I also have some washi tape, so same purpose, just to make it look aesthetic. I have a lot of markers. So the markers are to write specifically my goals, because obviously I'm not going to find my specific goals as text in the magazines. I have scissors. I have my 2022 business plan that I'm going to be taking some of my specific goals from. And that's about it. Some hair clips. So let's get started. So some of the benefits of vision boarding include having clear goals, staying motivated, remembering to keep on putting the work in by seeing the values on your vision board. It helps you track your growth if you're putting any sort of tracker on there. It helps you clear your mind. It helps you gain confidence by doing the tracking. And it just helps you be more optimistic and positive about your goals and your visions. All right, guys, we're back. Had to take a little break to go to the mud there, but I'm determined to finish my vision board today. It is a little bit overdue. I usually like to do this sometime in December, and today's January 1st. So, Meenesh, I did not finish my board earlier, but Meenesh did finish his. So this is what my guy made. So this is his mood board. You can have it be as simple as this, simpler, fancier than this. I know there are some people that do, so he put a hammer on here, and I think that's hilarious because we just did a DIY project and we're kind of in the groove and wanting to do more. So I think that's funny that he found a hammer. Love it. Anyways, I was saying that there are some people that have bulletin boards and they have vision boards where they can remove and add things as they progress and, you know, they get closer to their manifestations, or they realize that some things are things that they just don't want anymore. You can also do digital vision boards, which are really popular right now. So you can get on Canva or some sort of like, you know, even Microsoft Word. You can just put different images that come to mind of whatever you want to manifest or this year. So a lot of people, especially with traveling, they have certain trips and things on their mind, and so they're already collecting these things on their Pinterest boards or saving them on Instagram, and then you just take all those and you put them together on Canva. And so that you can set it up as, you can print it out, put it on your wall. You can set it up as a desktop image, or you can have a wallpaper on your phone be your vision board. You can even make a digital video type of vision board. So lots of different ways. I'm going to continue to do mine. Stay tuned for what it looks like. Okay, so I am done with my 2022 vision board. This is not the permanent position for this. Actually, we might even be moving our office to a different room in our house. So usually I have my vision board set up right over here under the window. You can see the tack left over from the last vision board I had up. And my desk is right over there. So if I'm just even looking outside the window, I'm able to see my vision board and have all of the things that are on my vision board be top of mind. So there's 7 sections on my board. There's health and wellness, my career goals. This is my spiritual goals. This is my service goals. Any of my wealth goals. So career and wealth to me are 2 different things. And I'll go into that in a little bit. These are my personal life goals. So I am a traveler. You guys know I love to travel. Lately it's been more for family, but this year I want to kind of get back to just traveling between me and Meenish. I also put, I want 1 date night a month with him. And then this is my personal development. So I strongly believe in podcasts and reading development books, and you always find something different. So Miracle Morning is one I'm reading right now. I've read that probably 3 times already, 4 times already, but there's always something new that I find in there. And yeah, it's a good book to read to get back into the routine of things. So my first section is the health and wellness. I basically put on here anything that is physical related or also mental health related. So, for example, you can see the sleep on here, the diet, the exercise, those are all physical. Water is physical. There is in my, experience, there is a mind-body connection. So I put that on there. A lot of this stuff is like stuff that I have found from magazines that I just kind of popped out at me. These little, pictures or words. And if there wasn't the word already in the magazine, then I found it in my, like the Eat Well is from a scrapbooking thing. Otherwise I just wrote out what I needed. So personally, if I have a good morning, then I have a great rest of my day. So I want to make sure I have my mornings under control, and something that I've been good at keeping my mornings under control is using the Miracle Morning again. So definitely read that book if you haven't. It'll tell you all about the silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing exercise that you should do every morning. My professional career goals. So it's kind of less structured than it was in my last couple of years. This year I wrote it out as the number of families that I want to help this year. I divided it into how many buyers and sellers, or sellers and buyers, which means how many conversations I need to have, and translates to how many prospecting hours I need a day. Just more quotes and things that I found. I also want to expand my own team. I want to do some recruiting, but again, responsible recruiting. I want to grow my Instagram, my YouTube organically. I want to make sure that I am top of mind, but also I want to make sure that I'm living with integrity. And I thought this was really cool to find. Respect and honor everyone because they matter, be on time, which I'm horrible at if you know me. So that's kind of a goal I want to work towards. Do what you say you'll do, finish what you start, and please say please and thank you. The faith factor, I strongly believe that your spirituality and your faith plays a huge role in your success. So, and it's a pillar of my life. So definitely giving gratitude every day, doing Arti, Thar, Puja, Vachanamrita Swami Vato weekly. I want to go to Akshardham Site Seva, which it's only January 4th and I already have a day set up. So I'm kind of excited, like, yay, vision board is working. I want to make sure that I'm living with intent, and if I don't put it up, I feel like it's something that you can slip out of the routine of. Also, serving is on my vision board this year. So I want to do a couple different events which are geared towards giving back to the community. So that means I want to volunteer for Habitat for Humanity 4 times. I want to do a homeless supply drive at least once this year. That means, finding things like that we take for granted and just making sure that the community gets those items, especially during the summer months over here, like things like water or food even. Feed my starving children twice. I want to sponsor the walkathon this year if we have it. And then just giving back in other ways, like working with a veteran. My financial health. So my career is definitely different than our finances, right? So when I think of career, this is me. This is what I have to do to work at my job. Financial health and wealth is completely different. This is more legacy wealth. I haven't actually wrote it on here. So legacy wealth is, how am I doing with managing my finances? And, am I investing that money, or am I just spending it stupidly? Am I saving that money? So saving and investing go hand in hand with wealth management, and just making sure that I'm reviewing my goals monthly. And this is something that as a couple, me and Minish are always working on. And then traveling, it's funny because, 2 of these trips are actually things that Minish has been wanting to do. And then 2 of them is things that I've been wanting to do. So he's been really dying to go to Germany and Amsterdam. I've been wanting to go to India. I've been wanting to go somewhere tropical. And then he has been wanting to go to Washington, D.C. And I keep saying no because I personally think D.C. is so ugly in the wintertime. So I'm waiting till cherry blossom season to take him for like 4 days so we can see all the museums and stuff. And hopefully it's all open despite Omicron. I want to do 52 different hikes this year, so let's see how it goes. I already did one, so I kind of check marked it. I'm using this as a little tracker. And also on the travel portion, so in boards in the past, I've had like material items on here as well, like a bag that I really wanted to buy, or, a trip that I wanted to go on. But I found that if you write the value of it and then also writing the date of when you want to accomplish this by, so all of our trips are very ambiguous this year. We have a lot of other things going on, so I can't put in an exact date. But I did put like 2 options for dates. I know how much it's going to cost, and I know I need to make that much and have it saved up for these trips before we go. So it kind of helps you visualize what you need to be doing to get to these places. And then last but not least, the personal development books that I want to read. I want to read 12 of them in the year. I already started with Miracle Morning, like I said. There's a number of other books, like the one by Mel Robbins, the one by Jim Quick, that I have had on my shelf or started reading but haven't finished yet. So those are all gonna hopefully be finished this year. And that is all for the 2022 vision board how-to. So it's very personalized. You don't have to have all 7 sections. You can have more sections. You can have less sections if you want. A couple of the things that I definitely recommend doing is sit down with the magazines and flip through and do that whole Oprah exercise where if it pops out at you, it's supposed to be in your life somehow. So cut those things out, and then you can always see where those things fit in as far as these 7 sections go, or how many ever sections you do. So I recommend doing that. And I recommend, if you have any material goals, trip goals, absolutely write a date and a value to it. So that way you can actively work towards it instead of just dream about it. So it's a difference between like a goal board and like a dream board or a mood board. Mood boards are like
for me personally, it's aesthetic. It's like, oh yeah, this looks good on my wall. All these pictures that are like shades of pink or shades of blue, or that's, I'll see it and I won't, when I look at it, it won't be, after like looking at it 10 times or 20 times in passing, I'll stop registering it in my head. But when you see something that has like a tracker on here, when you see something that has actual value goals to it, it's going to activate your reticular activating system to want to work towards those items. So I hope that helps with your vision board for 2022. If you have any questions, if you have comments, concerns, if you think that I didn't do a part of the vision board correctly, please feel free to let me know. I am always open to criticism and finding out what better ways of doing it. Like I said, mine has been an evolution ever since 2010. So about 11, 12 years, yeah. I enjoy it. It gives us a little bit of creativity as well. So enjoy your vision boarding and let me know how it goes also in the comments.